Hey, what's good, y'all? There's something in yesterday's video that I kind of brushed over and I should have put more emphasis on in regards to shooting. In yesterday's video, I referenced an older post from Mike Wang where he was talking about controlling shooting percentages. And there's 2 points in this post that I want to take another look at with you guys. He says, we're not doing anything I'm quoting Mike Wang, we're not doing anything in game code to hold percentages down or boost percentages up to try and get real life numbers. For context, there's an older post, and if I'm not mistaken, he's referencing NBA 2K24 in the beginning of the year. It could have been 2K23, but it was one of the more recent 2Ks. Pretty much saying that there was nothing in the game coding in that version of 2K that made you guys miss. But what I found the most interesting is as he continued to explain, he makes this statement here, but now that the green windows are pure, we all know NBA 2K25 does not have pure green windows. He goes on to say, I can no longer use RNG to make shooting hit specific targets. We all know that NBA 2K25 has RNG, hands down. I don't think anybody can debate that. 2K25 has RNG in the game, meaning that if that previous version of 2K that he's referencing here, whether it was 24 or 23, it had a pure green window, which means he couldn't use RNG to control hitting specific shooting targets. In a version of 2K that does have RNG, this means that he can control shooting to hit specific targets. It also means that there is something in the game code that does hold percentages down or boost percentages up. In that previous version of 2K that he's referencing here, which I don't think he would expect someone to hold on to one of these screenshots for a year or two and then reference it when the game does flip to RNG. But that's why I'm here, and that's why people like me do what we do. So this should serve as 100% confirmation that Mike Wang is playing God over shooting. But there's 2 major differences this year than in previous years when we had RNG, because RNG has always been in the game and it was like that for like 20 plus years. But the main difference this year within the RNG is, one, Mike Wang chose to put those specific targets at a really low percentage. Where in previous versions of 2K where you saw a lot of whites go in and it wasn't green or miss, RNG was incorporated into the game, but the shooting target percentages were much higher, maybe in the 70s as opposed to 50%, maybe even higher than that, maybe even 80 or 90%. For NBA 2K25, Mike Wang, he really lowered those shooting target percentages. To add insult to injury, after lowering those shooting percentages, he also decided that he's gonna shift those green windows. He's gonna add and subtract milliseconds to your actual jump shot animation, and it's gonna be completely random. Something like speed ups and load ups that shift your green window a few milliseconds over or back. And this was all exposed by the good folks over at NBA 2K Lab. NBA 2K likes to refer to it as a dynamic green window, as if a human being with the naked eye on 2K's trashy latency-filled servers will be able to nail that green window by paying so close attention to your animation that doesn't even zoom in close enough for you to gauge millisecond differences in your jump shot. You know, it's one thing to hit a green window that's maybe about 40 milliseconds wide. We play the game consistently and through repetition, we're able to nail that. But it's quite another thing to hit a green window that shifts 40 milliseconds outside of what you're accustomed to. Slight milliseconds added or subtracted throughout your jump shot animation shifts your green window. And the reason why I'm saying that is because 2K and SamFan from 2K Labs found out that the animation, like your release queue, is gonna stay consistent. In other words, if we can zoom into our hands and release it at the same time every time, we would be able to hit that green window. The messed up part about that is that we can't zoom into our hands to see that release. So we have to notice those slight fluctuations within our jump shot, adding or subtracting a couple milliseconds here or there for the sake of Mike Wang shifting our green windows. The 2K devs out here doing the most for no apparent reason. I would honestly prefer to go back to a pure green window, even though it's going to be much tighter, much smaller to hit that pure green window. Through repetition, players can become accustomed to this, so we can practice to hit that pure, smaller green window. But in this version of 2K, with Mike Wang playing God over shooting, shifting our green windows, and also admittingly lowering our shooting percentages, 2K players can no longer practice to get better. We're at the mercy of 2K in regards to shooting. Even though year after year, Mike Wang and the dev team through their courtside reports prior to release say they're giving control back to the players. All the while, they continue to take control away from us. Moving on into the next segment, I'm curious to hear your thoughts about that shooting stuff, so sound off in the comment section below. A lot of people are curious as to whether or not there's gonna be like a current gen or old gen version of NBA 2K26. And I had a feeling this was gonna happen. I don't think personally there's gonna be a 2K26 on old gen, or at least I'd be really surprised if they do commit to making an old gen version of 2K26. I guess it more so depends on how much money NBA 2K25's old gen version brought in. I want to reference this post from PowerDF, quoting a tweet from Mike Straw saying, confirmed, Madden 26 will not be on last gen Xbox One or PlayStation 4. PowerDF says, my early prediction is that NBA 2K26 won't release on last gen either. 2K usually works in 4-year cycles. Last gen started with 2K14 and the last game with PS3 was with 2K18. This gen started with 2K21, so if the pattern holds, 2K25 will be the last game on PS4 and Xbox One. You know what's crazy is that through all the complaints, I kept getting feedback that the current gen or old gen version of NBA 2K25 is much better than the new gen version. If you're on PS4 playing NBA 2K25, please sound off, share your feedback, let me know what you guys think about that game. And if anybody out there played both versions, let me know what type of differences you've seen. I have personally never tried the PS4 version of NBA 2K25, so I'd definitely like to hear about that. Now, there's a couple more posts that I like to reference before wrapping up this video. This first post from Grizzle. He says, these criminals patched all speed launches, gave us 2 dribble styles that work, took away triple threat offline in my team, 9,000 animations, and we're all boxed out there by them lockdowns. People have to L2 cheese on 2s just to win. And he adds NBA 2K asking, why don't you guys care anymore? I've never seen a company hate their player base so much. And I felt like those were just such strong words. And I kind of understand why he feels like that, because the changes that 2K made, they have no rhyme or reason. Like he mentioned, they've added all of these animations, but the player base could only make good use of like 2 of them. That may be an exaggeration, but you guys get what I'm saying. We don't make use of all of the animations that they put into the game. 2K slowed the pace down tremendously, and I don't think anybody asked for a slower pace. And this particular gameplay has players performing in L2 cheese, taking the ball away from the point guard, which is a complete change from the 2K culture that has developed over 20 plus years. If anything, over the last 20 years, you couldn't get the ball out of the point guard's hands. But 2K25's gameplay design puts the ball in the center's hand to pass to the point guard, and the point guard takes like a catch and shoot shot, because point guards move so much faster off ball. So now they're doing pretty much left right cheeses off ball without the ball in their hand. What do you guys think about that? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comment section below. If any of you guys are new here, consider dropping a like and a sub on your way out, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all. If you guys are tired of running with randoms and you're looking for players to run with on NBA 2K, come on out and join the AllCity 2K Discord. The link will be in the description below. Find players and get runs now. Drop a like and drop a sub on your way out. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.